My name's Ty Cannon. I'm a health educator with Delgado Protocol. And the first thing I'd like to say is I always really enjoy, I look forward to working with eCosway. And one of the reasons I always look forward to it is because I come from the health and fitness industry where it was my job to design marketing programs and boost revenue sales for struggling health clubs. And every time I go in to do that, or went in to do that, there's always some kind of obstacle to overcome. Bad locations, weird management issues, inferior products, and bad product display. And none of that exists with eCosway. And I personally believe that eCosway is the best model there is for building a personal business. Now, what I'm going to share with you is the foundation of the Delgado Protocol. And after I get done explaining all of that, I'm going to share with you a marketing tool that when used with these products is guaranteed to absolutely explode your business. I want to clear up something about anti-aging before I get into the explanation of these products. Anti-aging, people believe that that is simply about living longer. Anti-aging is not just about living longer, it's about improving the quality of the life you have. Living longer is just a byproduct of doing the right things. Waking up in the morning with vibrant energy from the time you wake up until you go to bed is a byproduct of doing the right things. Being completely and totally pain-free, having mental clarity and nice sharp memory is a byproduct of doing the right things. And waking up in the morning with that smile on your face, a bounce in your step, and being truly excited about starting your day is a byproduct of doing the right things. And what I'm going to show you is the foundation of what those things are. I always like to put this slide up in the beginning. This picture, it really shows what is possible. This picture is of Bob Delmonteque. He's a personal trainer, very well known. And we see a picture of him sitting on the beach at age 17, 67, and 84. He's actually improving with age. And this is possible for everybody. We have a bias against aging that we just start accepting that things are supposed to get worse. I take in clients all the time and I'll ask them, and they'll be in their mid-30s, and I'll say, do you have any aches and pains or things going on? And they'll say, well, just the normal amount. There is no normal amount of pain. There is no normal amount of fatigue. We've been taught that this is just a natural part of aging, and it's not. The lady here, Kelly is age 73 in this picture. And I like to point out, Kelly does not look good for 73. Kelly looks good. I know a lot of women in their 30s that would love to be in that kind of shape. And she's full of energy, she's out loving life. And again, this is just an example of what's possible when we make a few simple changes in our daily routines. The products that we have here, I mentioned, is the foundation of the Delgado Protocol. And these are true designer products, all designed with a very specific focus. And this one here, the first three products I'm going to show you are powders that we put in blended drinks. You can mix them with juices, or we can do a more elaborate drink with them. This one is designed to actually help boost your body's own stem cell production naturally. And that is absolutely huge. It's very high in beta-glucans from activated barley and medicinal mushrooms. And there's studies out there that are actually showing that these things do boost your stem cell production. It helps strip C-radical protein from the blood. It boosts your immune system. It helps balance hormones. So it just does a lot of really amazing stuff, and really an important thing that we like to put in there to support your system. Very important in clearing up free radical damage. We hear about free radicals all the time, but most people don't really understand what a free radical is. When your body extracts energy from a cell, there's an exhaust from it, and that exhaust isn't clean, and it actually creates that free radical damage, or oxidative stress. You'll also hear it called. And I have a couple pictures here. The picture up in the corner here, if you look at blood underneath a microscope when it dries, that's what it's supposed to look like. Nice and solid all the way through. The thick black lines are a good thing. It's called fibrin. But when we look down here, we see these little white patches in there. That's not empty space. It's polymerized protein, or the result of free radical damage in the blood. So we see that evidence in there, and everything from, you know, our day-to-day pollution, lack of exercise that most of us are guilty of, eating processed foods, chemicals, stress, all these things are contributing factors to that free radical damage. And it's very, very important that we support our body and give it the tools it needs to clear that free radical damage out. And when we give it those things, the body is actually very good at doing just that. Another picture of Bob up here. This is a great testimonial for us because Bob liked using stem cell strong, and I think the results here are self-evident. Protein Plus. This is another really important product. We're all taught to use things like whey protein in our drinks. We're taught that we're supposed to eat a lot of animal proteins and things like that to boost up, to build our bodies with. The problem is these things are all very, very inflammatory. The most readily absorbable forms of protein come from rice, hemp, sweet potato, things like that. Now this product is very unique because it also has ingredients in it that help boost nitric oxide level. And that's going to help with your absorption of the protein, as well as help with a long list of other things from circulation to heart function, lowering LDL, nitric oxide. We could do a whole talk just on the benefits of nitric oxide. Now, one of the things that I'm a personal trainer as well, and people always want to show me the protein they're taking that they're very proud of. It almost is always whey or soy or something like that. And I'll grab they'll bring it into me, and they'll be able to carry a couple of these stamps usually, but it's very difficult, if not impossible, to find another product that can meet all these criteria on these. So this is the cleanest, best product that you can imagine. Now, I was trained that you need to take in very large amounts of these inflammatory proteins. And when I was in my mid-30s, my first few steps of the day hurt. I just assumed that was normal, part of aging at the time. I didn't know a lot of the fun stuff I know now. And I would have, after an hour or so, I'd get going. But whenever I worked out, I had to warm up for a long time. And now, I'm 50 years old now. I wake up in the morning. I don't even feel like I have to stretch. I have no stiffness in my body. I don't feel like I need to warm up when I train. And it's just, it's been real rewarding using this. And I've duplicated that time and time and time again with my clients. Usually within about 2 weeks, they're just raving about the difference and how they feel. I mentioned we're staying away from the inflammatory sources of protein, your things like soy, gluten, really common one. There's estimates out there that it's possible as many as 1 in 6 people might have some level of wheat or gluten intolerance. So cutting that gluten out of your diet, we really commonly see a lot of things clear up, including things like migraines and things like that. Dairy products, common source of proteins. Dairy, there is no redeeming quality in dairy. The only thing dairy milk, cow's milk, is designed to do is to turn a 50-pound cow into a 2,000-pound cow in 6 months. So, there's no reason for humans to take it in. I could go on for 20 minutes on all the inflammatory factors in milk. And again, staying away from the whey protein, it just causes too many problems. It's not worth it. We've just been educated in the media that that's what we're supposed to take in. Which actually, just a little background on why people are taught some of these things about the amount and type of protein. It's all based on what's called the PER, the protein efficiency ratio. Back in 1914, they took rats and put them in separate cages, fed one group dairy, one group, meat, another group rice, and they broke down all these different food groups. And then they look at the results, and they take these animals that grow to full size in a few weeks with a life expectancy of only 2 years and said, okay, that's the protein requirement for a human being. They have nothing to do with us, but it made its way into medical literature, and to this day, that's what dietitians, personal trainers, and other health professionals are trained on. And so they just don't know, and it's just been really slow getting that information back out there. Testimonial for this. This is a great one. This is the founder of the Delgado Protocol. He formulated the product. The reason why he formulated this is Nick Delgado is the Guinness World Record holder for strength and endurance. He did this at age 54, where he lifted in an exercise, a competition where you curl and press overhead nonstop for an hour to lift the most accumulated weight you can do. He lifted over 50,000 pounds with it at over 2,000 lifts. Just absolutely amazing. When he was training for this, he was looking for a protein powder that would meet his requirements by everything that he'd been trained in over the years. And he couldn't find it. So he finally just had to make his own product, because nothing else out there met it. So that's the reason why it's such superior over everything else out there. Slim Blend. Slim Blend, I'm commonly asked, if I can only do one of the powders, which one do you recommend? I don't like this question because they're all good and they all play an important role. But if you have to only do one, this is the one I will pick. It has 52 different exotic fruits, sea plants, and vegetables in it. It has omegas from non-animal sources and a significant amount of fiber. So it's the perfect supplement to put into your daily intake to fill in all those natural gaps that we have in the American diet. The fiber is really an important thing. We need 30 grams of fiber a day to keep everything functioning properly and detox the body. Most Americans are getting 3 to 5 grams of fiber a day, and that's if you eat the tomato in your hamburger. It's really bad. So using the Slim Blend as a way to boost that up is just a really, really good tool for doing that. Now, people commonly want to do these ballistic, really fast super cleanses. And in some places, I can see that they may have their place, but it concerns me because what I see going on is people will do these really fast cleanses, and when you cleanse quickly like that with things like the Master Cleanse and whatnot, your body tends to reabsorb all this toxin one more time as it goes out. So it's very, very stressful on your system. Then they get done with the cleanse, and they go back to doing the exact same things they were doing before. Well, again, they build that all the way back up, and then they decide they're going to cleanse it out, and then they wait 6 months or a year, and then they do it again, and they're on this roller coaster. And in the long term, I don't think it's a good way to go. Do it on a daily basis is the best possible way for doing that. Dr. John Gray, very well-known doctor. He wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. He loves Dr. Delgado's products. He eats for recreation, but he takes supplements for his nutrition. So another good endorsement. He comes by our booth during the shows and gets involved with testing and things like that. So power and speed. I'm going to say up front, I am really against energy supplements. We're inundated with them in the media. We're seeing people actually dying. I think just last month another girl died from drinking a whole bunch of whatever the popular energy supplement is. And one of the reasons that these are so dangerous is that what they do is they vasoconstrict. That means it takes your arteries and everything and it actually tightens them up. So now your heart's beating faster, but it's making it work a lot harder. And the energy you get is from stressing out your adrenal glands. So after doing this for just a short amount of time, pretty soon you start feeling like you need that extra, energy drink or whatever it is that you're doing all the time. So it's very hard on the system, and as I mentioned, it can be dangerous. Power and speed is different. It vasodilates. It actually relaxes your arterial system. It lowers your blood pressure slightly, and it actually accelerates the ATP cycle here. So your body is getting more energy as a byproduct of simply running more efficiently. A couple of examples of that is they did a little test at a MMA studio where they took 200 mixed martial artists, and they had a bag there with a device that measured speed and reaction time. And what they did is they had everybody do it, got a baseline on everybody, gave them power and speed, had them come back an hour later and repeat it. 100% of them had a measurable increase in speed and reaction time with an average increase of 30%. Nick used to do shows when he was training for the Guinness record, and he would challenge people to doing the vertical lift exercise, and he would always get these bodybuilder guys to come by and do it, do as many lifts as they could, and then he'd tell them, okay, now take a power and speed, come back by the booth in an hour and do it again. And they would consistently triple their lift. Your recovery time is amazing on it. It does not give you that jittery, icky feeling that you get from caffeine and energy supplements. I hate that feeling. Power and speed does not do that. It is, I will, even though you don't get any of those feelings with it, I will caution you, don't do it on a day you don't have a lot to do. Because it does give you a lot of energy and you'll get a lot done. You'll end up cleaning your house, the neighbor's house, and everything else. So, but it's a good product, and it's the only energy product that I will personally take or that I will let my clients use. Dr. John Chrysler of All Things Male. He's very well known in the medical community, and he's an endorser of our products. And he has a blog that a lot of people like to follow. Okay, now what I want to share with you is the 21-day challenge. And this was a phenomenal tool that I've used countless times in the health club industry to really generate a lot of excitement and new business. You know, I've talked about having, you know, the testimonials that we have here. We have a lot of celebrity endorsements. We have a lot more. But the fact is, the best testimonial you're ever going to have is you. And what I challenge everybody to do is take 21 days. Do the products. Go through the steps that I'm going to teach you right now. Make this transformation yourself. Be your own testimonial. Tell your friends about it. Get them involved with it. And generate that excitement. You're going to lose weight. You're going to decrease pain. You're going to look better. You're going to have more energy. And it's going to be a great way for you to build your business. So you're going to get a lot out of this with some very, very simple steps. And again, just get your head around 21 days. That's all. 21 days of blending up your drinks, using the 3 powders. This is the foundation, no matter where you're coming from. This is what you need to do to really get your body in that optimal state of health. And we talk about blending. We also have the 7 Smile Slow Juicer. The most amazing juicer I've ever seen. Cleans up easy, doesn't make a lot of noise, very easy to use. Using your blender, and when you're in a hurry, you can just take some of these powders, mix it up with some juice, and when you're on the go. But whenever you have the time, make sure you use these other products and get whole food nutrition in with what you're doing. Use oils correctly. Stay away from concentrated oils. We've all been taught that olive oil is good for us. That's not exactly true. Olives are good for you. When you take a tablespoon of olive oil, that's 14 grams of fat. It's too much for your body to deal with in a concentrated amount like that. And then, you know, when we see light olive oil, it's light in color. It has the exact same amount of fat. It's a really cool marketing trick for the companies selling the olive oil, but it's a little bit misleading. So again, eat the olive, not the oil. Eat the coconut, not the oil. And it has fiber and other things in it that help our body to deal with those things. So include those in your diet and stay away from the concentrated oils. When it comes to cooking, use the Empress stone-coated cookware. It's amazing. It's easy to clean up. You don't need to use oil when you're cooking with it, so it makes things really simple. And again, cleanup is huge for me. I don't like spending a lot of time in the kitchen. Anything that makes it easier, I'm all for it. So, very cool tool for making the process a little bit easier. Avoid the inflammatory foods. We're going to stay away from meat for the most part. Keep it under 100 milligrams of cholesterol a day. We want to gravitate towards a vegan diet, but we don't really have to go completely vegan. You know, 1 serving of chicken, 1 serving of beef a day, your body can deal with. To put it in perspective, if you eat 1 egg yolk, it has 230 milligrams of cholesterol in it. It takes if your body can only clear out 100 milligrams a day, you're going to spend all day today, all day tomorrow, and half of the next day clearing out that cholesterol if you didn't have anything else with cholesterol in it. So the risk-benefit is just not there. You can do the egg whites. You know, I'm okay with that, but the rest of it, stay away from it. Gluten, it's estimated as many as 1 in 6 people are potentially have some level of wheat allergy or gluten intolerance. And that's responsible for you know, an endless list of symptoms that we have, from digestive issues, joint pain, migraines, and the list just goes on and on. One of the products that we have is the gluten-free pasta. It tastes great. It's gluten-free, corn-free, really it's a really nice little tool you can use to help, you know, with to just substitute out what you've been using for regular pastas and whatnot in your diet. Stay away from the whey protein. We talked about that. It's inflammatory. You just don't need it. Exercise. There's the common complaint that I get from people is you just don't have time to exercise. Well, there's 72 20-minute blocks in a day. And it takes about 20 minutes of exercise to make a difference. If you haven't been doing any exercise, 20 minutes, your body's going to respond to it. If you have been exercising, it's enough to keep you from backsliding. And so getting that little bit of exercise in there on a daily basis, let's just do it for 21 days, watch and see what happens. I think you're going to be really, really surprised. So, and when you're exercising, hydration is key. Hydration is key anyway. Use the hexagon water system. Stay away from tap water and bottled water. The problem is there's just a lot of bad things that leach into our water from that. We can do a whole talk on that right there. So use the hexagon water, and that's going to be another key step in helping you lose the weight and restore your biochemistry to what it needs to be. Track your success. I don't care what you're trying to do when you have a goal. You need to know where you're coming from and where you're going. Track your measurements. Keep track of your weight. Look at your clothing sizes, your meals. Keep track of it and just really see what kind of progress you're making. It's going to be a really powerful motivational tool. And a lot of times you'll be tricked and not think you're getting results when you actually are. So, very important step there. I've laid all these steps out in my book, Why Everything Your Trainer Ever Told You Is Wrong. It breaks down how to blend the drink. It has other recipes in it, how to order in restaurants. It has a lot of really good information in it about the products so that you'll be able to speak very confidently about why these products are better than any other product on the market. It's not overwhelming, but it'll give you just enough science so when somebody wants to compare their product to your product, you're going to be able to be very confident in giving them an answer as to why these products have absolutely no equal in the marketplace. And it also has some cool motivational exercises in it, so if you need that, that's in there for you too. I do coaching programs with people to really zero in on the fine points they need to push them to the next level. I usually charge $45 for that to help everybody stay on track. That's just I just include that with the book, so I can help you guys with where you need it. As always, you can contact us directly at the office. We like to hear from you, so call us. There are no silly questions, so just stay plugged into us and we'll help you any way you can. You can actually contact me directly too. Again, I'm happy to hear from you, and just we just want to be helpful. Hi, my name's Ty Cannon. I'm a health educator with Delgado Protocol, and you can reach us at www.delgadoprotocol.com.